Hello everyone, going to do a half box opening. I won half a box, win a box before Spirtforge was released. Picked it up, dropped half off to the person I split it with, and we have 12 packs to go through. I haven't got to open much Spirtforge outside of the pre-rift events. I'll show you guys right now. Actually, I am, ready to set up for this draft league. So my point was to get product for the draft league, and we are all set up and ready to go. I got a little bit of runes here for everyone, some tokens, and some sleeves if anyone needs them, if they didn't bring their own. So let's go over here, back to our box, and let's see what we got in these 12 packs. All right, pack number 1. Armed Assailant, Thwonk, Plundering Poro, Against the Odds, Sunpunk, move my colors around here, Veteran Poro, Treasure Hunter, Death Grip, Recurve Bow, Legion Quartermaster, Foil Treasure Hoard, Fiora, and Needlessly Large Zordal. So, not a great first pack, but we'll move on. All right, pack number 2. Really looking for another Purple Draven, some Defiant Dances. Those are kind of some of the big hits we're looking for, and then obviously some over numbers. Disarming Rake, Wages of Pain, Void Drone, Eminent Benefactor, putting greens on my yellows. All right, Doran's Blade, Black Market Broker, Shan Shifter, Ravenbloom Conservatory, Prize of Progress, Glass Mixologist, Against the Odds. So this card in my last pre-release came up clutch. Drew it off the top into 5-unit hold to completely blow them out with my Stellacorn, just coming in for 13. Massive. I don't think this card's going to be very good in Constructed, but I do think in Limited it definitely has its uses in any kind of reaction speed combat trick, and definitely going for those late holds can be punishing. Ezreal and a Rek'Sai. What a terrible pack. We literally hit a 2-legend pack. Wow. Oof. All right, so starting out wonderful here. All right, let's see if we can get an actual good rare, even. Doran's Shield, Gearhead, Eager Drakehound, Navori Scout, Lauren Bladekeeper, Overzealous Fan. This card has been just as good in Limited as it has been in Constructed. Used it a couple times. It's in the Aurelia deck. Definitely a very good card in Limited, and look to pick this up in drafts a lot. Bonds of Strength. Keep putting green and yellow. Factory Recall. Power Nexus. I did win off of opponent's Power Nexus at one of my events too. That felt really good. Rune Runner. Overzealous Fan foil, another Sterix Gauge, and Edge of Night. Alright, well, much better than the first 2 packs. Let's see what we can do in pack 4. Alright, Chemtech Cast, Against the Odds, Ribbon Dancer, Frostcoat Cub, Direwing. Hoping we get some more dragon synergies. Always cool to play around some of these synergies. We haven't seen too many of those. Mechs are starting to come out in this set. Wish there was a little bit more critical mass so we could actually play them a little bit in our limited formats. Cold Shot, Guards, Void Hatchling, Boots of Swiftness. This card also disgusting. Obviously, if you're playing Aurelia, you're going to play this, but this card in Limited, being able to go back and forth with basically anyone on a battlefield, I think this is going to move up in my tier list to be very pack one, pick one-able. This card has just overperformed in all the drafts. Marching Orders, another card that I think is not going to see too much constructed, but definitely a good one to have in limited. Granted, the battlefield text here makes it much worse than something like Challenge. And Renata. Ooh, we got another one here. Oh, Arcane Shift. All right, I don't have any of these yet. Definitely good card. Banish a friendly unit, then its owner plays it. Ignore its cost. Deal 3 damage to an enemy unit at a battlefield. Banish this. Definitely good card in limited. Not going to see it too often. It is played a little bit in constructed. We'll see how that moves on as the lists kind of develop in constructed. All right, what are we on? Pack 5. So starting to heat up a little bit here. Feeling a little better than those top packs. Bushwhack, Lonely Poro. Another card that I've just been very impressed with in limited is a 2-drop that draws you a card. Like, I don't know what more you want in a draft or sealed setting. This guy just kind of does it all, and you're not going to be too mad putting in a bunch of these in your deck. Aspiring Engineer. Gem Jammer, again, another 2-drop that does something. Having 2-drops that can be good later, like this is the key to winning limited. You want to run enough to not miss, but you also don't want to draw them in the late game, whereas drawing something like a Gem Jammer definitely has its good uses. Another great 2-drop for limited. Combat Chef, Fae Porter, Laurent Duelist, Experimental Hex Plate. I don't think I've seen this at all. Uncommon that I haven't opened, but just a 1-for-1, but he's also a mech, not going to be really relevant in your drafts. Sunken Temple, good battlefield for limited, you know, conquer with a mighty to draw a card. Brutalizer, we got a Thwonk for our foil slot. Rek'Sai, Swarm Queen. And let's see, can we get another hit? World Atlas. Ooh, and our rune. So we did get in our half of the box the rune. It's awesome. World Atlas. I've had this be pretty good. Honestly, just all the gear seems very good and limited right now. The hold text has only came up once, but I did use it to hold and then to use Power Nexus the next turn, which was pretty awesome. But in general, 3 for 2 might that only costs 1 to attach. Pretty good. All right, on to the next pack. Let me know what your guys' sickest pulls have been so far. A buddy of mine pulled a signature Ari. He was super excited, very happy for the guy. He already made a sale on it, and you know, it's playing Spirtforge for free. So he's definitely the winner of Spirtforge so far, and looking to do the same here on top of our Ari mat. As I can't get this pack out. There we go. All right, Disarming Rake, another card that in Spirtforge limited is just pretty good. It's a 3-drop that kills something, or sorry, a 3-cost that kills something, still leaves 2 might on the battlefield, and it's very rare that you don't find a hit in this set. Forecaster, another decent 2, not as good as the other 2, but giving your mechs vision. In blue, you might have a few. Armed Assailant, also found this card to be pretty good in limited, just having that accelerate with Weapon Master and all the weapons. Sea Monkey, again, another 2-drop that can do something else later. Just coming in for 3 with the buff, while not amazing, is still better than just a vanilla 2 for 2. So going to be a little bit better than other 2-drops. Temptation, haven't seen this spell be very good. Moving an enemy unit to a location where there's a unit with the same controller. You can move things back, but just a little niche with the wording where there has to be another unit there with the same controller. Trusty Ramhound, Dauntless Vanguard, the Mini Deadbloom. I've seen this used a couple times. I haven't particularly played with it, so not sure exactly how good this is going to be in draft, but 4 in the power for a 4. Just not going to be able to protect it a lot of times, so we're not really that interested in playing to a battlefield. Beast Below, this card on the other hand has been absolutely bonkers in the sealed format. expecting it to be similar in draft. But big guys, 7 for 8, already a little bit above rate, and then that return a friendly unit to return an enemy unit has just been so good. Maybe there's a big stack of a bunch of gear on a battlefield that you need to take over. You play this, you go in with your 2-drop, you bounce some other card in your hand, on your battlefield, and it's just really, really good. Rock Full Path, Rally the Troops, and our foil spot is another common, Bonds of Strength. I have not played this card in Limited at all. It's a decent combat trick, but there's kind of a lot better ones. Lots of times the giving 2 friendly units doesn't really work out as much as just giving 1 friendly unit. So Lucian, so we are definitely drawing all the legends. And Piercing Light, all right, that is a good one. And Gold Token. I still don't understand why they did not put gold tokens on the back instead of buffs, and then just gave us mechs and sand soldiers in this set. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. There's a lot of gold that needs to be generated, and the other ones are a little bit more fringe, and I think we all have enough buff tokens from Season 1. Right, on to the next pack. This has been a little bit of a disappointing box so far, but okay. Alright, Feral Strength. This is a much better card. I've used this in sealed, and we'll be picking this in our drafts, but give a single unit +2 might for 2 is way better than giving it to 2, and then the repeat is the same, so another 2 for 2. Cloth Armor, Serrated Dirk, Guardian of the Passage, Corrupt Enforcer. I haven't played this. I've drawn a lot of them, and I just basically not put them in my deck. When I move to the battlefield, discard 1. When I win a combat, draw 1. It's just too likely to get blown out. You're spending a power. Yes, you're a little bit above rate, but you're spending a power to play this, and you potentially just get blown out and discard a card. Not very good in Limited. Eye of the Herald, Laurent Bladekeeper, Petrosite Monument, Seat of Power. When you conquer here, draw 1 for each other battlefield your allies control. The only time that I've seen this played and I didn't have it, it was against me. I had an opportunity to double conquer 1 turn with no one in the way, and I just conquered completely incorrect. So make sure you read your battlefields so you can, get the triggers. Angle Shot, Hull of Legends foil. All right, let's see if we can do a little better this time. Another legend. Oh my word, the legends are just flowing here. And Heart of Dark Ice. I've wanted to try this in Limited. I feel like giving a unit +3 of this turn is okay, not great. If this were action speed even, it would be fantastic. But being at slow speed, it just might be a little too slow. All right. On to the next pack. We have 5 packs remaining to hit something. Wages of Pain. This card, on the other hand, has been absolutely fantastic. I find myself a couple times I'll play a card with 1 power that isn't in my runes. I'll try to go to 6 and 6 on my runes for the 2 main colors, and then maybe try to play with gold tokens. Getting things like your Plundering Poros or your Wages of Pain just helps you do that, and then killing unit. Overall, just great card in Limited. I mean, it sees Constructor play as well. Sentinel Adept, 3. I'm just not interested in playing too many 3s. It's just kind of odd for your curve, and you want to go first. Thwonk, Loyal Pup, Guards, Punch First. So we've done a couple pack 1 pick 1s, and I think I may have been even as high as I am on this card, maybe a little too low on it. In sealed and in draft, this card is just, you can't play around it. Like, if you play around Punch First every time that your opponent has 1 up with 2 orange runes, you're just not going to make good plays, and you are going to blow people out when you have this because they can't play around it every turn. I think I'm going to move this way up in my tier list and take it over even some champion units. Fae Porter, Strike Down, Found strike down to be pretty good, just given how the density of equipments are in this format. Apprentice Smith can be good if you have enough gear, which is definitely possible to do. My son's played this in Jax, and I think he drew quite a few cards just moving this around. Bubble Bot in our foil slot. Card Sharp. When you play me, you and each opponent may play gold gear token exhausted. So this is even seeing some constructed play. And again, depending on how your deck utilizes gold, you may want to play this or not. And Ornn, oh my word, we got one of those boxes that is just all legends. Four packs to go. Frigid Touch, another great spell for limited. This works extremely well with Ezreal, which you were getting in your sealed pack, the blue Ezreal, which kind of has pseudo first strike, since it does not deal double strike like Yasuo, but it can deal damage ahead of time, and you can reduce their might to make sure that damage kills them. Detonate, I've been back and forth. I have not main decked this in sealed at all, but I do think it has its place, but I think it's more of a sideboard card because its controller drawing 2 is basically the hidden blade of killing a gear. You're only ever going to do it if they have something, you know, really outrageous, maybe like an Ornn item or something. But there has been times that I've just wanted to kill Boost of Swiftness and wish I had something even like Detonate, and I would give them 2 cards because I just wasn't unable to beat a big unit with Boost of Swiftness on. Royal Entourage, Eminent Benefactor, Sea Monkey, Black Market Broker, Production Surge, decent card. Play them 3 might and token to your base and draw 1. And in blue, you can definitely have some mechs where you'll actually be able to play this for 2. Forgotten Monument, Hall Fish. Usually Accelerate is good, but man, the power cost on this is very, very heavy. I don't think I would be playing this too often unless I really needed something big in my deck at the end of it. Switcheroo. All right, this card completely blew out my opponent, a buddy of mine, with his Fiora, and he came in swinging for 10 into my 2-drop and just got completely obliterated again. If you happen to pull this, nobody's playing around Switcheroo, nobody's playing around a rare, so this is just going to give you some blowouts, and it's 100% first pick for me. I don't know too many cards that I would pick over this card, and it's definitely not this one. So Under Titan is not it. And Shirelius. Okay, so picking up a little bit, so definitely Ornn's best item. And when you play this, ready your units, and your units have ganking. Just everything about this is amazing. Definitely a signature staple in Ornn, the best Ornn item by far. And if I was lucky enough to pull this in a draft, would definitely be trying to play this. Still, I think I'd be picking Switcheroo. It's just a better card that costs a whole lot less. But if Switcheroo was not in this pack, I would definitely be happy taking Shirelius. All right, we're getting a little better here. Let's see what we can do with our last 3 packs. Let's find an over number. Bubble Bot. Definitely can be a good card if you have enough mech synergies to basically make this a first mate in your deck. Blood Rush, fantastic. Probably even better than Cleave and Seal, just because you usually have you're not curving out quite as well, so that 2 for 4 may just be better than 1 for 3. Desert Call, again, this is a 2-drop in a spell form that can be used later to make 4 might, so definitely a little bit above rate of a 2-drop, so definitely a good spell. Yordo Explorer, Overzealous Fan, Honest Broker, Dire Wing, Hard Bargain. Definitely interested in this, countering spells in limited. Yes, the counter is unless the controller plays 2, but with repeat you can make it 4. Definitely one that you kind of hold on till later. You're either playing this on tempo because they're trying to completely tap out for 2, or you're holding this up for 4 later in the game, try to get something big. Blast Corps Cadet, I played this in my very first event of Spirtforge, and I found out that it just sometimes doesn't line up with the battlefield, right? You want to kill their unit in base when you play your 2-drop, when their 2-drop still in base. You definitely can be good if you trigger the other thing, but it's nowhere near as good as these other 2-drops that we've been talking about. Unsung Hero, definitely looking to play Fiora for my constructed, but as far as triggering this, if you get a bunch of longswords, definitely good. Longswords obviously being an uncommon, so you'll have less chances to get those, and I do think they'll be contested. But if you can find a couple equipment or buff spells that makes this good, a lot of times though the buff spells are not going to let your unit die, so it's not likely that you'll draw off it. But if you do have something like a longsword, then putting Unsung in is going to be very, very good. So this card is what I would consider very conditional. Some decks it's just a 2-for-2 vanilla, at rate 50% card, and then other decks that can make use of this, it'll be very, very good. Temporal Portal. Give the next spell you play this turn repeat equal to its cost. Just seems too slow, and it costs a power. Takes 3 to play. Just not really interested in playing this one. And our legend streak continues. Darius is good and limited though, just like it is in constructed. Drawing cards, good. And let's go. Teemo overnumbered. All right, now this box just got a lot more exciting than all of our legends. So yeah, now I have all the great Teemos. I have the GGEZ. A buddy of mine did pull this signature. This card is really nice looking though. The art is absolutely fantastic. I think the art in set 2 definitely a little bit better than Origins, but yeah. All right, looks like we picked the right side of this box, that being the left side, and grabbed an overnumber. All right, let's set that right there. All right, 2 packs left. What are we looking for? I think Tiana would be nice. I have one. Definitely a lot of people looking to pick those up, and not many of them that we've seen pulled. Plunder and Poro. I think we talked a little bit about this card when I didn't have it, but Plunder and Poro, Conquer, make a gold. Great 2-drop. Definitely one you want in your opening hand. And then making gold allows you to have those flexible plays that maybe you kind of snuck into your deck without the runes for support. Void Drone, Navori Scout, Frostcoat Cub, Doran's Ring, Laurent Duelist, Veteran Poro. This too, I have been trying to avoid playing it unless I absolutely need a 2-drop. So I just feel like Weapon Master on my 2 isn't great. I would rather either be playing a 2-drop on turn 1 or playing a weapon. Not having both definitely makes this feel a little bit worse. Not so fast. I felt like this just always stuck into my hand and gears kind of happened rather than spells. And it definitely felt a little worse in this set than it does in Constructed. I think in Constructed this is going to be a great card. Definitely one you can sideboard out if they're not playing anything that targets you. But a good counter spell that's pretty cheap that hits more things than Defy. Treasure Hoard. Same thing. I think this battlefield is pretty good. When you conquer here, pay 1 to get a gold gear token exhausted. It just allows you to use all your mana efficiently, unless you're trying to bluff some spells that you don't have. Paper Tree. Honest Broker in our foil slot. Let's see. Another legend. We'll have to count how many we got. And Fiora Worthy. Great card, although one does come in the Fiora deck, so not as rare despite the rarity, but absolutely fantastic card. This card makes Set Brawler just an absolute beast. An accelerated, 5 mana plus 8 is insane, and just can constantly redo it depending on how you can get buffs on and off of your set. All right, 1 pack left, and we will look at what we have for hits at the end. All right, last pack Against the Odds. Already talked about stealing the win with that card. Lonely Poro, Forecaster, Gem Jammer, all the good 2-drops here. Temptation. Sand Shifter's been a card I was impressed with in the format as well. Just 5 for 6 and killing something. Yeah, you're sacrificing 2 runes, but you're really likely to hit this quite a bit. There's usually something that the opponent has. You know, if this said 3 to battlefield, it would be way, way worse, but the fact that it can target base just usually makes it have a hit. Death Grip, this card's also been very good. I was a little unsure. You know, I thought this was going to be good in set, then they changed it to where if the unit doesn't die, then it doesn't work that way. But still, so many times you can make one big unit with all your gear on a battlefield, and then you can bring in your other 2-drop. You either kill it ahead of time and then attach all the gear to make it really big, or if you don't need that, you just kill it and move in, and it draws a card to replace itself. So yes, definitely great card in Limited. Ravenbloom, I feel like this is always just one that people are picking. Don't forget your triggers. I repeat, don't forget your triggers. This will definitely come up and Limited, and you will miss the triggers because you're not paying attention. Spiral, Lonely Poro. We want the foil version. I guess that's easy. We always take the foil over the regular. If this were our pack one, pick one. Definitely not taking Lonely Poro in this pack though. And let's see. Oh, Trinity Force. This is a good way to end it. And another legend. So we got our Teemo down here and our rune. But how many legends did we end up drawing? This is absolutely ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 legends in 12 packs. That feels bad, man. That's just, yeah, not how it feels like these packs should work out. We did get a Shirelia's. We did get the Arcane Shift. We have a Fiora over here. I should have pulled my hits out separately rather than stacking them in colors. Sterix, nothing in green. Fiora in yellow. Overall, can't be mad when you pull an over number on half a box, but I would say the rest of this pack was pretty weak. Sorry, the rest of this box was pretty weak. Curious to see what was on the other side. Again, we split in the finals, chose to split the box, and then I asked him if he wanted to, you know, split the signature if we found one. He said no. Well, let's gamble with it, and we went for it. So I think I likely won the gamble, but it's unsure. Maybe we hit 2 over numbers in a box. Oh, Switcheroo, forgot about that. It's a good card we hit. And Edge of Night. So overall, besides our stack of legends, which we can now play whatever we want if we couldn't before, here's the big hits from the day. Not too shabby. Definitely never complaining when I pull an over number. And this Teemo art, like we said, just pretty spectacular. So hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and get ready. Next week is our first draft. As you saw, we're stocked and ready to go. Currently, we have 17 players signed up, 4 maybes, and really pushing to get to that 32 number before next Sunday. Talk to you later.